Hello and welcome my channel to the women in their 50s. We love to help them over here with thoughts and ideas to help you figure out what you want to do and where you want to go. So my favorite thing is network marketing, and I have done this for well over 30 years, almost going on 30. It may be 30, but I did take a break in the beginning and after doing my first gig because I realized the timing was off. So then I circled back and absolutely loved it. Searched out, found my favorite, and have been with it for over 28 years. Then it was losing zest, and so I started looking for different ones, and I found what I can call home now. So what did I do was grab a notebook. So I'm going to give you 3 tips. One is grab a notebook. Number 2, you're going to do a little homework. Yeah, I know when we're in our 50s, sometimes you just don't like to do the homework, but do a little homework and research what you're going to put in your notebook. And then third is you're going to go take all what you've written in your notebook for your brain dumping, and we'll circle back to it, your research, and we're going to come with a conclusion. I mean, it's not the end all be all by all means, but it sure helps you figure out where you want to go. So my name is Sue, and you're wondering, how in the world did I get where I'm at? Okay, so first things first, I'm a wife to 1, a mom to 6, and a nana to 7, soon going to be 9. Okay, so with all that said, absolutely love life, love all kinds of different hobbies, and one of them is network marketing. And yes, to me, sometimes it feels like just a fun hobby, but it also brings in an income. And so I figured I better do a little more homework and figure out ways to go right where us women in our 50s love to go. And YouTube is one of them. So thank you, YouTube. So with that said, we're going to go back to our 3 little tips. So grab your notebook and take some notes. So the first thing you're going to do is, as you go, you've got to figure out how much time are you going to be able to put into this, right? Is it going to be a side gig? And if it's a side gig, how much time? Do you have an hour a day, half hour a day between your job and something else and caring for other people? Get crazy zeroed in on what your goals are, because you're going to later realize this really helps you keep on task. For us that are self-employed, keeping on task is so important. So you're going to take that notebook, write down, how much time do I have? What are my interests? What are my likes? What do I like? What are my hobbies and things I like to do? And then kind of go from there and let it sit and marinate for a while. And you can even circle back, after a couple days, couple hours, whatever, a week or 2, and just keep adding more notes to this notebook. And then you're going to let it be, and then you're going to go and highlight, let's say, the things that you really uber like after you've let it sit and marinate for a while, things that you absolutely love. And like for me, health and wellness is like synopsis, right? It goes hand in hand with network marketing. And if you find your right home, it makes it so much easier. And that is why, like when I found Zanzino here, I was like, score. I was looking for simplification. I was looking to, clear out all these excess, herbal supplements, for all my friends and family that come over, they see it. And then absolutely, you guys, I love and adore supplements still. And I know that we have, to the way we eat these days. And when you're traveling, it's really hard, unless you have an RV or something that you can, go shopping and store all your food in. It's really, really hard to keep really good food on hand at all times. So, okay, so we're going to backtrack to this. So health and wellness was like part of my thing when I was like brain dumping, right? And, at the end of the day, you can take all of this notebook and shred it once you figured your thing out. Like, you don't have to feel like, oh my gosh, this is like a forever thing. do whatever you wish with it, but it helps you just get the stuff out of here and onto paper, and it helps you figure out which direction you're going in. And so the notebook, and then once you find out like a few different things, go online and start researching. Go into Facebook, go on to, if you're on there, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, Google, wherever. Just go find some search engines and pop in there and look at what you arrived at, whatever words that you really like, go highlight them, like I said, and then take those highlighted words and put them into searches and say, like, a job working from home with XYZ, whatever it is. And you just keep driving down until you figure out like different ideas of things you can do that fit within the budget. And so then that is what I did. And then number 3 is where I arrived at network marketing years ago. And you guys, the reason I did is because it's such a flexible business plan. Like, I can take this and bring it anywhere with me in the world. Yes, you know, YouTube is another one. If you decide to just be straight up YouTube or something like that on whatever platform, all you need is your phone and to have a figure out, you know, like a figure outable, for lack of better words, a figure outable plan of what you are going to bring to the marketplace and talk about. And whether are you going to be in it or it's someone else, or are you going to do things without your face in it? Like, figure that all out. Anyway, I originally, you guys, started a YouTube channel years ago, and I quit it because I just couldn't stand being on camera. And with that said, eventually I started being on camera in my team's page on Facebook, in my group, sharing my love of health supplements and essential oils. And then I started going live on Facebook, and I flipped out because I was like, man, I've done this for like 100 and some days, and I'm just hardly getting any traction. And someone asked me, are you getting any traction? Like, is it worth your time? And without thinking, I just quit. And it was so hard to go back, so hard to start all over. But I did. And the reason I'm saying the story is because sometimes you think you can't do something, but that's something that is hard for you to do, is your pivot point to doing better in your business or whatever, you know, starting your business. And that was for me, like, I realized, wow, like 2 bad moves I did in my past, that was silly, really silly for me to do. And so that's why I'm like wanting to help you out, for us women in our 50s, learn from my mistakes. Like, why did I arrive at network marketing? So back in the day, yes, my husband was working. We have 6 children. They're all adults now and in their latter 20s and older. And I was like, back then, when I first got into it and started building, I was like, oh my gosh, you know, at that time I was working a couple little jobs just to kind of get out of the house while my kids were in school. And I was like, you know, this just doesn't cut it, because every time I want time off, I got to work my time off and coordinate it with my husband's job, which was more important, right? At this time in our lives, I was like, this is really hard to do. And so I sat down and I was like brainstorming different ideas of what could I do that I could work flexible hours around my job, or not my job, but my husband's job. What could I do that when he took time off, it wasn't a struggle to take time off and we could do family things? So yeah, therefore we went camping and traveling with the family and absolutely loved it in those beginning years because it made it so flexible. So that's how I arrived at it. And I answered work from home, like I've said before in another video. I answered a work from home ad. Are you chained to a desk? But at that time, I was chained to a house, pretty much jokingly, as in talking baby talk with kids all day. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just need something to do. And it would be great if it brought in a little cash. And there I answered an Herbalife ad. I came home with the business in a box with weight loss products back how many years ago. And that was my start to my career in network marketing. And so don't, if I can give you any bit of advice, is to not say no, never, because you just never know what turns your crank or what happens in your life that says, this works really well with what I'm wanting to do in my life. And it's not always easy, right? Like to say, oh my gosh, I talk bad. And I, told my friends, I'm never touching network marketing. I mean, hello, I've said those kind of things like many times, and I catch myself saying, watch it, you said never. And I thought I would never leave leave my first company. I mean, I really, really thought I'd be there. And it's not like I, laugh. I'm still doing it. I'm helping my team that come to me. But where I'm saying is I was like burnt out from doing so much with it that I would start looking for another company. And I did one for 2 years, and the second one I did for a year, and now I landed at Zinzino, and I feel at home. And I can tell you it's so much of a difference. And I think part of it is it's products that our bodies crave and our bodies want and can utilize and feel good with them. And it may not be an overnight sensation, like, whoa, like, here we go, I'm feeling really good immediately. It may take a little bit. If you've been, not feeling good for a while, it's like not eating food for a while, like real food. And then all of a sudden you eat food. You're not going to feel good like bam immediately, but give it an hour or two and your body bounces back. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. So, with that, I hope you kind of got the gist of why I did what I did with this challenge for you is to take the notebook, like I said, take your 3 things and just brain dump in a notebook, research in a notebook, and then go back after some period of time and look through it, highlight those things, and figure out what you want to go, which direction you want to go. You just never know. You might land with me and doing network marketing. I don't know, but I'm sure whatever you do, you're going to do with all your heart. So even if you don't want to do it, you're welcome to join me on the product side, see how you like it, and go from there. But I hope you have an amazing day, no matter what you do. And I'll be back again with another video or a reel. See you soon.